Hi, I'm Keiko. Hi, I'm Keiko at ktmholistic.com. And today, hi honey, are you gonna bonk my camera? Yeah, hi, I love you too. Okay, so today I really wanted to talk a little bit about chicken for meat. So I know people get super, well, I don't know. It can be an emotionally charged topic. So, I love you too. No, don't do that, honey. Okay, so I love animals and I have been vegetarian, vegan, and everything else. But after raising chickens, my perspective actually has changed quite a bit. And I'll tell you why. So, at first I was like, absolutely not, because my husband was like, oh, we should raise our own food. And in concept, that's fantastic, but they're all pets to me. And so I was like, no way, no way. But we started incubating and hatching our own chicks. And per nature, you get about 50-50. So you get roosters and hens. And as chicks, they're adorable, they're fun, we're playing with them, when they're tiny, and they're great, and we love on them, we feed them, we care for them. But when they hit about sexual maturity, the roosters, oh my goodness, I don't know if you've ever seen how roosters are in a free range situation. So they're great usually until they hit that sexual maturity and their hormones are kicking in, and they start to basically chasing the hens and trying to breed them, which is a natural thing. But when you've got like 5 roosters trying to breed one hen, it causes a lot of problem, a lot of stress, and there's a lot of screaming. It's kind of scary, actually, and intense. And when you have a balanced flock, you really only need like 1 rooster to 8 to 12 hens. We actually go a bit on the lower side. So we usually have like maybe 1 rooster to like 8 to 12. You can go maybe 6 to 8 depending on your comfort level. And when you have that many hens, there's always something. That's my guinea fowl. So if you have that many hens, the roosters don't really fight with each other. So right now we have Mr. Speckles, Bro, and Bruce, or was Bruce Chuck? I don't know. Anyway, we got 3 roosters and 2 little ones. And because we have plenty of hens, the roosters don't get into little fighting matches with each other. But when you have any more than that, the roosters will fight each other, and then they'll also kind of, all like 5 of them will try to like breed one, and the hen's screaming, and so at a certain point we were like, okay, this isn't good for our hens, and they're going to be stressed, and it was stressing us out. And so we're like, okay, let's pick the nicest roosters, the most gentlemanly ones, and the roosters do vary quite a bit. So we've got some roosters that, will dole out treats to their hens. It's so adorable. Okay, and then we got, roosters who just take the best bite. Okay, bye, right? So, anyway, so it kind of started out by going, okay, you can't sustain 10 roosters and 10 hens and have everybody be happy and safe. So we kept, maybe 2 of the nicest ones, and then the rest, I was like, all right, you know what, you're right, this is okay. And so my husband took care of them humanely, and we obviously, love on them and take good care of them, so they have one bad day, and I generally hide in the house because, it still bothers me, but it's just kind of part of that cycle, right? And so it just, I had such a huge shift in perspective, and again, until I was on the farm, it was like, oh, you can't kill the birds, or it's just, of course, right? We're all like that. We love our animals, and we just feel like that's just not okay. But in reality, if you live on a farm and you got, you know, you love your hens too, you're just like, okay, this isn't acceptable. Okay, and then after that, what's also very interesting is, so after these experiences, my husband, so these birds that were hatched here were kind of like a mixed breed or whatever, whatever, we're not sure. And so, and they were free ranging the whole time. So when my husband humanely put them in the freezer, is that okay to say? I know, still like, it was very interesting to see the meat, the legs, the body structure, all of that. It's so different from what we're familiar with, like the grocery store chicken, even the organic, free range grocery store chicken. So these ones that were kind of just running around, so these are not the broiler breeds that you would find in your grocery stores. Their legs were like so long and so muscular. It's like, I don't know, a lot of it ended up being soup because it was so tough and muscular. And then like their breast meat was like tiny. I mean, they're, you know, like in the grocery store, you get breast meat like that big and fluffy. Hi, honey. But in the, yes, you trying to help me? Yeah, the ones, sorry, it's, you know, the ones that you raise that are running around, yeah, they don't look anything like a grocery store chicken. So, something to think about. Yeah, very different, very different. What a crazy experience. Like, I would have never known any of it. So, again, like, you know, what are we eating? What are we eating? How are these birds raised? You know, I know how my birds are raised, and honestly, because I take good care of them, when it's time, like, we feed them every day. And 6-7 months later, if it's their turn to feed us, I'm okay with it now. I really am. So, you know, and also, you know, I personally can't raise and take cattle to slaughter. I just don't think I could do it. But I have worked with farmers, and I buy from them because I want to support, you know, farmers who raise their cattle ethically and with a lot of love and respect. Yeah. And again, in reality, you know, you can't have that many bulls, and a lot of times the meat cattle are steers because you need the females, but you only need so many males to reproduce, and intact bulls aren't really exactly your safest thing. You know, some of them I'm sure turn into pets, but yeah, there's not like a big pet industry for steers. So anyway, just a different perspective from the farm, and I absolutely love my animals, and you know, they're amazing. They're very intelligent, and so I do treat them with so much respect at all times. So anyway, I hope it was a insightful thing, and that maybe if you had a different perspective, that you can kind of see like, oh, wait a minute, you know, there's a slightly different perspective to this that we're not really told about, right? So, alrighty. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Bye now.